I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Thursday, May the 14th, 2015. The 34th government of the State of Israel was sworn in this evening at the Knesset in Jerusalem. Earlier today, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu announced some new cabinet ministers in the new government from the Likud party. They include Dani Danon, appointed Minister of Science and Technology, Yuval Steinitz as the new Minister of Energy and Infrastructure, Miri Regev as Culture and Sports Minister, Yariv Levin, Minister of Tourism, Chaim Katz of Welfare, and Ophir Akunis as a Minister in the Communications Departments. Tzipi Hatoveli will be Israel's incoming Deputy Foreign Minister, though at the moment there is no minister above her. And Moshe Ya'alon will remain Defense Minister. 4 Israelis were wounded in what appears to have been a terror attack in the West Bank today. The victims are said to be between the ages of 16 and 25. They were waiting at a bus stop outside the West Bank settlement of Alon Shvut in Gush Etzion when they were hit by a vehicle with a Palestinian license plate that seemed to intentionally ram into them and then drive off. One person is said to be seriously injured, 1 moderately, and 2 with light injuries. Police later arrested a Palestinian suspect from Hebron at a nearby checkpoint that had been set up following the incident and were questioning him. The victims were evacuated to the hospital for further treatment. Jewish organizations responded to the Vatican's recognition yesterday of a Palestinian state. While the Vatican had welcomed the UN General Assembly's resolution recognizing Palestine as an observer non-member state back in 2012, a treaty announced yesterday with the Palestinians and the Holy See uses the term State of Palestine for the first time in an official document, thus for many constituting official recognition. Israel expressed its disappointment with the decision by the Vatican yesterday, and Jewish groups here in the U.S. echoed the sentiment. The Anti-Defamation League called the move premature. National Director Abe Foxman said that recognition will only, quote, bolster the Palestinian strategy of seeking statehood through international fora and not through recognition, reconciliation, and negotiation with Israel. The American Jewish Committee's Executive Director David Harris said formal Vatican recognition of Palestine, a state that in reality does not yet exist, is a regrettable move, counterproductive to all who seek true peace between Israel and the Palestinians. He noted that the West Bank is ruled by the Palestinian Authority and Gaza is governed by Hamas, a terrorist organization, asking, quote, what and where exactly is the state of Palestine today? Leaders of the Conference of Presidents of Major American Jewish Organizations, Chairman Robert Sugarman and Executive Vice Chairman Malcolm Hoenlein said the prospect for direct negotiations was now diminished by the Vatican's action. The International Jewish Committee on Interreligious Consultations, the IJCIC, is the official partner in interfaith dialogue representing the international Jewish community in dialogue with the Vatican, among others. Its chair, Betty Ehrenberg, said the Vatican's move unfortunately discourages the Palestinians from returning to the peace table, which is not in keeping with the fervent wish for peace, a goal shared by both IJCIC and the Vatican. The treaty between the Holy See and Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas is to be signed this weekend in Rome. The Illinois State House of Representatives Executive Committee unanimously passed legislation against anti-Israel discrimination. The resolution bars state pension funds from including companies that participate in the Boycott, Divestment, and Sanctions, or BDS campaign that seeks to delegitimize the State of Israel. B'nai B'rith International commended the passage and urged the House of Representatives to now pass the bill as well so that Governor Bruce Rauner can sign it into law. The bill has already passed in the Illinois State Senate. The Straits Matzah Company reportedly has sold its historic matzah factory building for $30.5 million. New York real estate blog The Real Deal reported on Monday that the Rivington Street building on New York City's Lower East Side was sold to Manhattan-based Cogswell Realty. The factory was founded in 1916 by Austrian immigrants. It is the last family-owned matzah company in the U.S. Straits is currently looking for another location to keep making its matzah in, possibly at its other factory in Moonachie, New Jersey. And turning now to our programming for tonight, Thursday, May the 14th of 2015, which is the English date, marking 67 years since the establishment of the State of Israel on May the 14th of 1948. And at 7:30, part 1 of IDF soldiers remembering the Gaza war last summer. At 8, Colonel Richard Kemp looking at global efforts to delegitimize the State of Israel and talking about the IDF's uniquely moral combat rules of engagement. At 8:30, part 2 of a look back at the Gaza war, and at 9 o'clock, Mark Golub sits down with Israeli reserve soldiers currently on a Stand With Us college tour, talking about their experience in the IDF and their perspectives on the conflict. Then at 10, an in-depth look at the history of the disputed land of Israel with Ambassador Bradley Gordon, Director of Policy and Government Affairs at AIPAC. And coming up right after this newscast tonight, a look back at May of 1948 with the late Israeli diplomat Abba Evan. And that's the JBS News Update for Thursday, May the 14th, 2015. I'm Teisha Bader.